I'm Barbara Clark from Ashcroft, British Columbia, and I'm a Care Aide. It was just a regular sunny day at work, and we heard that there were supposed to be high winds. My husband phoned and he said, you know, it's really windy in Ashcroft. There's like 90-kilometer winds, and it looks like the fire from the night before is kicked up. And so I stopped what I was doing and went outside, and you could barely stand. The wind was blowing so hard, and you could see the smoke just to the south of the hospital. It was about a half an hour later when we lost power. The generators kicked in the building. I texted my husband and I couldn't get a response. And so everyone was checking their cell phones. It wasn't working. And then they checked the landlines and the landlines were dead. And that's when we were told to quietly go from room to room to room and start collecting some of the residents' items, clothing, products that they would need just in case we were going to be evacuated. Any other type of stress that would appear on you would spread throughout the building, so you had to be really low-key on doing everything during this stressful time. I'm panicked. We were safe at the hospital because the fire was just on the other side of the highway. But what I was really panicked about was my family that was living in Cache Creek, which was 10 kilometers north as the fire was traveling towards it. They were actually sitting at home watching the bombers fly over our house. Eventually, when he got evacuated and he got a cell phone tower that wasn't burnt, he did phone me and tell me that they were okay. When my phone rang, I had to pull over because I was bawling. I was just so relieved and so upset. I had my major meltdown day the next day when the realization actually came to me that, yes, I'm homeless, but I have my family. And I did find out that day as well that the building, the Ashcroft Hospital, was evacuated to Merritt. They were looking for people to work because our residents were evacuated. I worked 8 days straight through all my vacation because that's where I needed to be. I put all my emotions in a bag and put it away and went to work. And I didn't find out till 3 days later that our house was still standing, but we were still evacuated. It wasn't until a couple weeks after I came back to work that our manager scheduled in counseling for whoever would like to have a session. And it was that counselor who said to me that I suffered PTSD. And I'm like, what? No, I just had an emotional day. And he said, no, you suffered PTSD. You should take some time off work and seek some more counseling. But I didn't. We're the worst people to take care of ourselves. We are always thinking of everybody else and not of ourselves. I never thought that I would ever experience PTSD where I worked. I'm hoping that my story helps someone recognize that they're having issues and seek out help from a counselor.